I'm Craig Priest, and this is Beers with the Band. We're hanging out with In Heart's Way. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you, Craig?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah.
Could you guys just introduce yourself and let everybody know what you do in the band?
My name is Ben, and I play guitar.
My name is Jake, and I do the vocals for In Heart's Wake.
Perfect. How does it feel being on such a big tour, I guess, or heavy tour with like the Prom Queen, The Ghost Inside, Bury Tomorrow, Hellions? How does it all feel when you guys got that call up to say, look, we want you on the Rise of Brotality?
It was good. Like mainly, the big selling point for us was playing with Prom Queen, who we grew up listening to when we were 13, 14, playing at the Byron Yak, and now to be playing touring with them is awesome.
Yeah.
As well as the Ghost Inside, we've always listened to those guys, and it's cool to have them over here and just be hanging out with them. They're really nice guys, and to get to watch them every night, it's awesome.
Prom Queen, I guess, back in Byron Bay, they were with Parkway Drive and they had that split EP that came out, so I guess you guys being from Byron Bay would have seen a lot of Prom Queen?
Yeah,
back when you were down there?
close to home, for sure.
Yeah.
I used to play with, Crafter on a Parkway show for $5, and Morning Tide, Wish for Wings, Parkway and Prom Queen, $5, you have 100 payers, and people doing backflips off garage doors. It was pretty sad.
Even back then, they were still as tense as what like Parkway DVDs are, where they're doing all that crazy stuff. Is that what Byron Bay Hardcore is all about?
It's definitely evolved over the years.
Yeah.
But back then, for sure, there was some pretty skitsy laws, just because it was a fresh thing, hardcore.
Yeah.
There was no man, can you two-step? Can you do a circle windmill pit? It was literally just there's a wall, I can do backflips off sand dunes, I'm going to try it on that wall.
Yeah.
So it's just it started off with that kind of just having fun, going crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it evolved to bringing floaty toys and boats and doing flips off speakers, and it just evolved from there.
Yeah, and touring, for you guys, I guess, I feel like bands back in the day, correct me if I'm wrong, but they would a lot of time bring out an album, they would do a tour, and then they would kind of hang around for the next album. I'm not saying they weren't busy, a lot of the time it'd be hectic, but I feel these days, you can't just bring out an album and then do a tour and expect your fans to still, you guys are touring constantly, and even, I'm sure you're writing while you're touring as well, so there's no real break, is there?
Yeah, I think these days, because it has become such a big thing in Australia, heavy music compared to back then, it was sort of just starting out.
Yeah.
There's just so many more bands out there, there's so many more tours, kids are listening to so many more different bands, so you have to really stand out, and you have to go back to those places and keep going back, for them to appreciate you playing music. Otherwise they're just going to forget about you amongst, the rest of the band. So I think that's, why we tour so much, and why every band tours so much, that, if you want to stand out.
Now I want to know the song Inertia.
Yes.
Because I'm a fan of the Colour Morale. Whose idea was it to get Garrett Rapp on that?
I think our engineer that we're working with, Josh, he'd been talking with Garrett, our mates.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, at the time, and he was just saying how it was, Colin Morale might be recording their new album in the studio, and I was like, man, I love Garrett's voice.
Yeah.
What do you think of? And he said we could ask him, and these guys, we're all psyched on the idea. I don't know if the whole band we all listened to Colin at the time, but we were all.
We'd all.
So I think Carl just collaborated with a little bit on the part, and it just worked out. We just sent him the music, and he might have thought, nah, but he sent us something back almost straight away, recorded on his MacBook.
Yeah.
With him just singing, just as ideas, he was hearing things.
Yeah.
That would go well over it.
Whatever was coming to.
Yeah, and I guess that's how if it's natural and it works like that without being forced, then it works, and it worked, so it was awesome. Yeah,
because I guess with the music and his voice, it just seemed like it was meant to be. It was that song was written for Garrett, I guess, because it was just perfect.
He's an awesome dude and a great vocalist.
Yeah, very talented.
And Europe, I guess, you guys went over to Europe with the Amity Affliction. That was last year. And then and then you guys continued that tour in Australia. What are you guys thinking, maybe for your international fans in the future? Are you guys going to get back to Europe? Are you guys going to get to the States?
What's today? We're going to the UK in...
with the Hands Like Houses.
A month.
A
month from today, we're going to the UK with Hands Like Houses and Bury Tomorrow, who are actually on this tour.
Yep.
So we're going over there. It's just 7 shows. And then we're back home.
Big
and
shows,
they're
1,500 card venues.
Yeah.
The BT boys have been telling us, some of the shows are already up 75% full. So
That's crazy.
it's gonna be like bigger than the shows we're playing now on this run. So
You guys will be loving that.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
When you spend that much money out of our personal pockets and that much time to make that other side of the world, that trip, you generally want to be playing shows that people I guess max exposure and to make it worth our while. And
exactly.
So just like 7 shows, but they're just solid and strong. So rather than dabbling all over the place.
It's going to be just a bunch of mates again.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
We actually met the Hands Like Houses guys in Canberra last week. Well, we met 3 of them for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
Even though we played a lot of shows sort of around the same area, but they're really nice guys, and we're super excited to have another Australian band on the bill. Have that.
Yeah, I feel like we were mates straight away.
They
still
did.
talking like for half an hour to an hour, just like we'd known each other for ages.
Exactly. Yeah.
They seem to come out of Canberra, I guess.
Yeah. No, they're very talented.
Out of Canberra.
Got
It's like getting a good Tassie band. No, Tasmania and Canberra, great.
Yeah.
You guys didn't really mention the States.
Oh, not this year. Next
No?
year, there's not plans, but wishes, and because our record just came out on Rise Records distribution.
Yes.
Which is
that huge move with the Unified Sound with Rise Records.
And our city in Northlands were the first to be released on Rise, and that I guess is the foot in the door to really. You don't want to go over there. No one really care. I guess you'd say. So this is the first step to hopefully playing over there next year.
Well, that brings me to like Adrian leaving North Lane just recently, and I know North Lane came out and said that it had something like, I don't know 100% as well, so this isn't. I'm not going off facts or anything, and I haven't spoken to Adrian personally, but they mentioned something about how like the stresses of tour and the stresses of being in a band maybe have got to him. And I don't want you guys to comment on Adrian's behalf, but I just want maybe you guys could let music fans know how hard it is to tour. Like, did you guys get a heads up when you were starting to kind of take off? Did anyone come up to you and be like, you know what, guys, touring isn't what it's all made out to be?
There's no book, man.
No, there really isn't. You have to learn it yourselves because we went on our first tour as in Hearts Wake when we were 16, and back then it wasn't stresses. It was, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Just hanging out with our mates, playing music. We'd come back home and go to school, and that was it. But over the years, you learn that the bigger shows you play in, the bigger your band gets, the harder you have to work. It's not the other way around. It doesn't get easier; it gets harder. And it's more stressful because there's bigger things.
There's more responsibilities, but there's also greater rewards. That's important to emphasise. And we love what we do, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it.
Definitely.
But it takes its toll physically. Mentally, a little bit, but it's mainly physically that affects us mentally. Because when you're tired and you're, let's say you got a sore back, it's going to affect your day-to-day routine. You can't go, I'm going to take the day off work today and just lie down and watch a movie. No, we play a show, that's our job, It doesn't matter how you're feeling, whether you're sick, throwing up, you play a show, unless of course you're actually bedridden.
And then
it's never happened to us.
I was about to say, have you guys never cancelled a show?
No, never cancelled, no.
Individually, favourite songs to play live? Like what's a song that you've got on your set list that you're just like, bang, cannot wait for this one?
I really like playing Sacred.
Yeah?
Off the new album. It's just the guitar work and it's just so fun. It's just got a good groove and it's like a bit of a metal kind of groove to it, some of the riffs and stuff. So that's my favourite song to play live, I think.
I like Afterglow, but we're not playing it on this tour.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That sucks. You drew the short straw? You had to cut it out?
It just didn't fit with the overall picture of what we need to fit into the set because it's a support slot. On a headline run, hopefully we can fit it back in when it happens.
What are your hobbies outside of In Hearts Wake? Like, what do you guys, when you do maybe finally get spare time, what do you guys like to do?
Relaxing.
Kick your feet up?
Go to the beach, find cool waterfalls. Like, we just live in such a beautiful part of the world. We're really lucky. So when we are home, we make the most of it.
You just stay home. I guess you're not going to travel.
I did a lot of time lapsing, like camera time lapses, filming, stuff like that. That's probably the only thing that motivates me outside of music to on a day off that I want to do. as far as a hobby goes.
Yeah. And soccer. Jake and I play.
Yeah?
That's good.
Play a fair bit of soccer, a bit of like futsal and.
You wouldn't be able to join the team though or anything though, because then you'd be like, oh boys, we played one game, see you later.
Yeah, we haven't played for a couple of years.
One of the sacrifices. Of the mental and.
Because I play indoor soccer, but I can hang around and continue with the team. Well, we'll finish it off. Where do you guys see In Heart's Wake in the next? Well, not where do you see? Where do you want to see In Heart's Wake, or any goals that you guys still have on your bucket list that you want to achieve?
I'd love to be able to headline the arena in Brisbane. We just got to play it on the weekend, and that was cool. Like,
well, they've just reopened that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always been it was my bucket list. Like, you've made it if you can play the arena, so I was stoked to play that. But to be able to headline that could really be like, that's. I can't say I'll be there in a year, but I would like to as a goal, personal goal.
I'd like to do that. I think I'd like to go home after tour and not go back to work. Whenever we're back home, always back at work in a restaurant, in a cocktail bar. Everyone has their jobs. And it'd be nice to just go, home from tour and say, music is our full-time job and we can make a living off it.
That would be insane.
And then you feel like the music would almost improve too, because you've got time to rest physically and mentally.
Exactly. You're not working between, going to the bar and trying to write riffs and touring, and everything else.
That is perfect, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks for the interview. Hey guys, we're In Heart's Wake, hanging out on Beers with the Band. Hit subscribe.